Hi, everyone. In this example, we want to look at a slightly tougher problem where we want to separate the first name, the middle name, and the last name. This is the data set that we have. You can see that a few of the names have the first, middle, and the last name. Now, getting the first name is very easy. We can simply do a left. We can find the position of the space and then do a -1. The logic here is that the position of the space is the sixth character. Hence, the length of the first name would be 5 characters. Now, the problem is that Excel can only search for the first instance of the space. And you obviously cannot search from right to left. You can only go left to right. Hence, what we want to do is to first substitute in the cell B3 my space with any character that we want. Let us say we want an asterisk. Now, what this does is that it will convert both of the spaces into an asterisk. But that doesn't really help you, right? Because you only want to find the second one or the first one, but not both of them. Hence, we will use the instance number and we will say that let me only change the second space into an asterisk like this. And now when I find an asterisk within the new text that we created, it gives us 10. The logic is that we have AARON, that would be 5 characters. The space is the sixth character. Then we have RAO, that is 7, 8, 9. And the original space that we converted into an asterisk becomes the 10th character. What we want to do now is to also do a -1 so that we get 9. And from this 9, if I can subtract the position of the first space, that means we find a space in B3 that's going to give us 3. Now think about what the 3 refers to. I'll give you a hint. If I do the same formula in Toby, Bobby, Swindle, it gives us 5. So I hope you're able to see what we're doing. We're essentially finding the length of the middle name. But how does that help us? Because now I can say, okay, let's start mid of B3. Now, what is the starting number? That's very easy. We can simply find a space in B3 and then start at +1. Remember, the space is on the 6th character. So we want to start on the 7th one. And then we already know the length with us. And you notice that it works. The only challenge is that it is giving us an error for the people who do not have a middle name. That should be easy enough to fix. So we can simply say, if error, I would like to show a blank. And as you can see, we're able to get the first and the middle name. How do we do this for the last name? We will do equal to substitute, and we want to substitute the space with an asterisk, but only the second one. Now, when I find the position of the asterisk, that will give us 10. Now, if I say that we want to look at the length of the entire name, and from that we want to subtract 10, we are going to get 7. And if I drag it down, you notice that it is working only for those people who have a middle and a last name. So we have a 7 and a 6 and an 8. So we are able to know the length of the last name. The final thing we do is to put a condition saying that if the length of B3 minus the length of substitute B3, a space with a blank, is equal to 1, then I want to write B3, length of B3, and then minus find a space in B3. Let me first show you that the formula is working, and then I will tell you how it works in the first place. So let me make sure that everything is working properly here. Okay. Let's close this. Okay. And then we say right of B3. Perfect. I think my answer is coming correct. Now let me explain what we are doing here. The first thing I want to do is to find out if we have one space or two spaces. How do we do that? If you notice, when I find the length of the entire name and I find a new length after substituting the space with a blank, we want to check, is the answer equal to 1? That means, is there exactly one space? Now, if there is exactly one space, then I want to do a simple write function. That means I want to take the entire length, subtract till the space, and then do a write. Otherwise, I want to do what we did before. So one more time, first line, we want to check if we have one space or more than that. If we have only one space, then we use the formula mentioned here. Otherwise, we use the second formula. That's the logic. This will be explained in the next video in a slightly different way, where I use the search function. And I will also tell you how to create a reusable function using Lambda.